welcome or welcome back. My name is Amanda and this is my channel where I talk all about what I have been knitting, what I have been working on recently, what I'm hoping to cast on, basically anything knitting you'll probably hear me talking about on this channel, plus the odd little other life thing, possibly some other crafty little rabbit hole, who knows. But today's episode is all about what I have been knitting over the past few weeks, which actually it has been the past few weeks. I think my last video, the day I'm recording, went up like just over 2 weeks ago, so I'm pretty excited to have another chance to sit down and talk to you about what I've been working on. Yeah, without further ado, let's jump on in. So I have two finished objects. One that I'm wearing and you saw last episode, one I don't even think I had talked about last episode, and a couple new casts on to talk about, and a project bag that I shouldn't have bought but I did. So yeah, I'm excited to chat. We might as well talk about what I'm wearing first, which is my first finished object. I showed last episode the Prospect Pullover, which I think at that point I had just got past the sleeve separation, maybe? Maybe a little bit further than that. And I was kind of second guessing my collar. I think that was about it. I was second guessing my collar and I was just past the sleeve separation. And obviously it's finished now. The pattern is released as well. Like I said, Prospect Pullover. This is a pattern from Tori. She's definitely one of my favorite designers. She definitely makes like really wearable classic pieces. So let me roll my chair out of the way. I'll give you a peek at this first, then we can get into the nitty-gritty details about it, I guess. I guess we'll start off with I'm very pleased and I'm excited to share it with you. Okie dokie. So this is my Prospect Pullover. I knit the size 6. I do have I think it's about a 44-inch bust right now. I am breastfeeding and I don't know, I guess I could pull it up. Gosh, I'm banging things around everywhere. My phone's in my pocket. I will pull up quickly what ease that gives me approximately. So I have about, I would say 15 inches of positive ease. And oh my gosh, I am so happy. I apologize. It is a little bit wrinkly. I have been wearing it since I took photos. So that's what happens when you wear things. They get a little wrinkly. I also left it in a pile and I didn't realize. So it's what it is. But yeah, so this is the size 6. It is definitely a little bit bigger than I normally knit for sweaters. I think in Tori's patterns, I usually knit about a size 4 these days, 3 or 4. But I knew I wanted to have just a little bit more oversizedness and she was totally okay with that. So here is the back. It has a beautiful line. Make sure I'm lined up below the neckline. I don't know if you can see the purl row below the ribbing and just how everything blends together well. I don't know if you could hear any of that because I wasn't facing the mic, so I'll say it again. But what I was pointing out there was the purl line below the ribbing and just how everything in the back blends so beautifully. I think it's really well thought out. So I knit the body to the called for length. It may have even ended up slightly longer because I wanted to end on this row of the pattern repeat, which I did. So I finished there and then did the rib. And the sleeves ended up finishing actually on that exact same pattern repeat, which was kind of serendipitous. I did not plan that. The ribbing is all 1x1 ribbing with this really beautiful bind off. And the sleeves do have like a gentle sloped decrease, nothing crazy, no bust shaping or anything like that. It's obviously like a really boxy dropped shoulder fit. So when you're knitting this, you start with the back panel, then you pick up and do the 2 fronts, connect those under the collar, knit until they're the same length, connect under the arms, and then just knit the body straight. And then the sleeves are picked up and knit after that. Yeah, I think that's the majority of the fit-wise information. So let me have a seat again here and we'll talk a little bit more. So yarn, this is Knit Picks Wool of the Andes in the color Green Tea Heather. I did purchase cones. They have cones of Wool of the Andes now, the worsted weight. So I ended up using probably a cone and a half approximately for the size 6. I wouldn't say there's a ton, if any, of a discount between buying the balls and the cone. I just liked the convenience of the cone, and I was kind of interested in trying it. So that's what I ended up doing. So yes, green tea heather is what I use for this. I don't find it terribly itchy. It's definitely more rustic than a superwash merino, but it's nothing crazy. So if itchy wool bothers you, I think like I can get away with having a t-shirt under it and I'm totally fine. So keep that in mind. Ribbing, I did knit all of my ribbing inside out. So the way I do that, this is what my normal right side ribbing would look like. Let me just roll this, which honestly isn't terribly bad. But I just do a quick German short row before I start the knitting so that I'm knitting it in the opposite direction. And for some reason, the wrong side of my ribbing always looks way neater. So I do that. And then right before I'm to bind off, I do another quick German short row so that I'm working the correct way in the round and then bind off that way. So this bind off is included in the pattern. It's pretty simple, but I don't want to give it away because I don't know. Well, first of all, I don't know if there's a specific name for the type of bind off, but I also don't want to give anything away in the pattern because it's a paid for pattern. So there's that. And then collar. Last episode, I had the collar on, or the whole sweater on a hanger, and the collar felt like it was rippling really bad and I wasn't terribly happy with it. What I ended up doing, I didn't completely undo the whole thing, but I did, so the collar calls to knit 12 rounds. I ended up ripping back 6 of those and only doing a 6-row collar, and I feel like I like how that sits on me. It's not too tight, it's not like up on my neck. I don't know why, but everyone else who knit this pattern, their collar sits quite low. I don't know if I just pick up stitches tight or what I do, but mine always ends up being a little bit tighter than the pattern itself. I don't know. I don't know what I do, but I am happy with just the half amount of rows for the collar. Other than that, I don't know. I think it's really pretty. I'm really excited to wear it. It's just like a really nice throw on, don't have to think, wear with a pair of leggings sweater. I think the length of it is great. I think the oversizedness of it is great. If I'm having a poor body image day, ain't nobody gonna tell because it's quite oversized. So overall, yeah, very, very happy with how this turned out. Obviously, like everything, the pattern will be linked down below if you were interested in getting a copy of it. I would highly recommend. Very easy to follow, very straightforward. If you're wanting something that looks like it took a lot of work, but it didn't, this is your kind of pattern. This is just knits and purls. There's nothing crazy fancy about it. So yeah, really happy with how this turned out. Definitely would order some more Wool of the Andes cones in the future. I'm pleased with how those worked out too. So yeah, I'm quite happy. I'm going to attempt to shut the door here, but my door in the basement has no doorknob. The furnace just kicked in, or maybe the AC. I don't know which one. I don't know the difference, but I'm going to try and hopefully cut some of that sound down. But like I said, there's no doorknob, so I don't want to close it all the way and get like, well, no, I wouldn't get stuck in here. But either way, we're going to try and cut some noise, so give me a sec. Okay, I definitely think that helped a little bit, so hopefully it sounds okay. Usually I try to cut background noise on these videos anyways, but is what it is. So I do, like I said, have one other finished object, and you have never seen this. I'm giving a peek of it here, but this is a pattern I'm testing again for Rebecca Clow this time around. She is coming out with a whole bunch of children, baby versions of some of her most popular patterns. And I knit a tiny stick season sweater. Is that not the sweetest thing you have ever seen? And I got to use up leftover yarn from a sweater that I knit. So I had probably 200 grams left of this yarn, which is Explorer Knits and Fibers Rockies DK in the colorway Joshua Tree National Park. I don't know if I said this yarn here is a worsted weight technically. What is the yardage for it? It says 1,100 yards per 500 grams. which is not helpful. Let me do some quick math and then we will jump back into the stick season. 220 yards per 100 grams. So worsted, DK, somewhere in that range. Anyways, back to my stick season. This is knit out of Explore Knits and Fibers Rockies DK, which is a superwash merino. I would call it a sport weight. They call it a DK, and it is 274 yards per 100 grams. And I had, yeah, about 200-ish grams left in 2 separate balls from a previous project, and I was able to use it to knit a sweater. So, hold it a little bit closer here. It is like the stick season sweater to a T, just an itty bitty version. I know the pattern starts with like a 0 to 6 month. This is a 6 to 12 month that I've knit here. I don't know exactly, I could look how old it goes up to. I'm assuming there's 4 different children's patterns being tested right now. Stick season, 1 second and I can look. I just want to see the sizing here. Up to 10 years old is going to be in the pattern. So 0 to 6 months up to 10 years old, which I think is a pretty fantastic range. And let me look at the other patterns that are being tested. I know obviously stick season, I believe there's a Kintra. So there is stick season, Staffen, Lauder, and Kintra. So stick season, Staffen I believe is like a textured, might as well look them all up. So Staffen is like a really pretty textured piece. I believe the pattern, the adult pattern has like a sweater version and a cardigan version. This is just the sweater version that's being tested. Kintra I knit relatively recently. It is a pattern that's meant to use up like scraps if you want. It's like a 1x1 color work, really pretty sweater. It's a mix of a yoke and a raglan. And then Lauder is that really pretty cabled, like massive pattern that she came out with. Again, the adult pattern has like a cardigan, a sweater, all sorts of stuff. But this is just going to be the sweater. That's Lauder. So anyways, I tested stick season. It knit up so fast. I had this done. I probably could have had this done in like 2 days. I spread it out over a little bit, but I can't get over how cute it is. It fits her like a dream. I tried it on before it was blocked and it fit pretty good, like a little snug, but now that it's blocked, oh my gosh, and it just looks so cute on this itty bitty little baby hanger. So it has the stick pattern here on the yoke. It is like more of a, it's not a drop sleeve. I would call it like more of a set-in-esque sleeve. It does have a sleeve cap to it. There's a teeny tiny sleeve cap that you knit. And then it has this really pretty ribbing detail running down the side that is connected into the shoulders, and it runs beautifully across the back as well. So this pattern, you also start with the back, pick up for the 2 sides, knit them until they're connected under the collar, knit till the front and the back are the same length, connect under the arms, knit the body, then do your 2 teensy tiny little sleeves. Have I changed? I don't think I changed anything on this. I think I knit it exactly, no, I know I knit it exactly to pattern. So yeah, I'm so excited to put her in it. This is gonna fit her basically this whole winter because she turns a year old, oh my gosh, in February, which is insane. So this should fit her the whole winter. And I think it turned out so, so, so sweet. I have to take some pictures of it before I am done to put up on YouTube, Instagram. This is YouTube. Yeah, I had a really fun time knitting that. I do have access to all of the other little patterns, so I might have to knit her a tiny Staffen or something. I was excited to do stick season because I haven't knit the adult version of it. I have knit the adult version of Kintra and Lauder. So the other one I would love to knit her would be a Staffen, and I think it would be really easy to just find some more scrap yarn I had kicking around in my stash, some leftovers, and knit her a tiny little Staffen as well. So that is kind of what my plan is. We will see. Yeah, I think it turned out really, really, really cute. And I've turned into someone who claps when I'm excited now because we taught my daughter to clap. And so now we'll hold her and she's standing and we go, yay! And she It's the cutest little clap. It's not like this yet. It's just like, but if we say yay, she will clap. So now I get excited and I clap. I am the epitome of a mother. So anyways, that is all I have for finished objects, which I am pretty darn proud of myself for. I'm going to show my acquisition because I actually want to move a project into this bag. It's a bag. So I might as well show it, and then I can move the next thing I'll talk about into it. I recently discovered 5 to 6 organized knits. I did order actually as well a needle case from them, which I think sometime down the road I'm going to record a video finally. I promised this ages ago, showing how I organize my interchangeable needles and cables. The bag that I ordered from them kind of sealed the deal, and I'm really happy with how it's organized now. So I will talk about that at a later date. But they also came out with a pumpkin fabric line of bags, and I have issues with loving things with pumpkins on them. So when I saw this, I could not help myself. So this is their large sized project bag. I did purchase this with my own money, and I am really impressed with it. It's like a canvas fabric, and then the inside of it, there is this zipper pocket here. There are just like some pockets, and then it also has like what would you call this? One of those little ring things that pops open that you can put stitch markers and stuff on, which I thought was really cool. So I am not the type of person who puts pumpkins away when fall is over. I have a painting of pumpkins that stays on my wall all year. So this is going to be an all year bag. I love it. I love the zipper at the top. I think this will be great for traveling around and keeping products really clean. And it should be relatively easy to clean in general too, just because of the canvas. So this is my acquisition, and I'm going to move the next project I'm going to talk to you about into it really quick, and then we'll talk about it. Okie dokie. So I have cast on for a test knit for Maxim Sear. This is his Stripetastic Hoodie. I have knit a hoodie before, and I absolutely love it, and I wear it all the time. It is the Downtown hoodie from Tori. So seeing the test knit for this really interested me, and I just liked the simpleness of it. It's a striped hoodie, but it has a little bit of texture. It alternates knits and purls. Very, very pretty, and I think going to be very, very wearable. So I am using a yarn I've never used before. Actually, I need to wind some of it up before I go back upstairs, so I'm going to grab one. I am using Kelbourne Woolens Scout. So I have 4 different colors going. The color that I'm using for the body, my main color here is Hazelnut Heather. And then I have 3 contrast colors that I'm using. The pattern only calls for 1, but I kind of wanted to alternate some stripes. So these are my 3 contrasts here. And instead of trying to pull the ball bands out of them, I'm going to check my invoice on my phone really quickly if I can find it. This here is Sunflower Heather. The lighter blue is Sky Heather, and the darker blue is Meadow Heather. And like I said, I am striping these. I did originally order a like pinky sort of color as well. This one here. But I decided I didn't really like it in the mix. This is Coral Heather, so I will save this for some other project in the future. But there's a lot going on here. I apologize. Give me 1 second. I need to find the front. This is what I have going so far. It's a little smushed on the needles, unfortunately, but maybe I can at least get the front of this somewhat flat and squish the smushiness into the back. So here it is. So here are my 2 shoulders here. This is the front of the body. And then I did start, or the project does start rather, with a provisional cast on, and that's where I'm going to pick up and put the hood on eventually. So it is just, like I said, alternating knits and purls. Once I block this, it's going to flatten out quite a bit. I'm really liking the striping that I'm getting right now. It is a raglan with pretty wide raglans. These are 7 stitches wide. And otherwise it's pretty darn straightforward. I'm gonna have a lot of ends to weave in, obviously, because I'm switching colors so much. The pattern does call for just twisting and carrying the 2 different colors if you're knitting it with 2 colors. But I did notice, at least for myself, if I tried to twist them so that I didn't have to at least cut the brown color, but I was noticing it popping through on the pearls. And I don't know if it's just because there's a higher contrast between my colors than the design itself or what, but I decided to just cut them. So that is what I have been doing. And I'm almost on the raglan now. I have maybe like 20 rows left, and I will be able to split for the sleeves. I do need to find some stitch shoulders. I think I have some down here somewhere. If not, I will just cut some new ones because I can. I will put those on stitch shoulders pretty soon. I kind of want to work on this, or I have been working on this rather, pretty monogamously until I have the sleeves split, and then I'll go back probably and work a little bit on the other project I've been working on. I am knitting the size 5 for this one. So chest circumference, 1, 2, 3, 48 inches. So that's going to give me about 4 to 5 inches of positive ease. So cozy, but not like too oversized. I've been enjoying working on it so far, and I'm excited to see where it continues to go. I think it's going to be one of those projects where you're really not going to be able to tell what is happening until it's blocked, because the alternating knit purl rows squish the garment up a lot. So until it's blocked, I don't think I'm really going to really see the full overall vision of it. But yeah, now it's in my pretty little pumpkin bag. And let's talk about the other project I'm working on right now. This is the Wintersoul sweater by Adorable Knits. There's a colorwork sweater. I haven't done colorwork in a while, and so when I saw this one, I really fell in love, and I am testing it. So, I don't know, I'll just pull up my order again on my phone, but these are the 2 colors I am using for my colorwork. So the lighter color is called, where are you? Putty, and the darker is Sailor in the Dark. Putty is number 1015, and Sailor in the Dark is 5581. So this is the Wintersoul sweater for Adorable Knits, and this one I've got quite a bit further on. I'm knitting the size 4 for this one. I think I'm going to get about approximately the same amount of ease as the Stripetastic Hoodie. And which side is the front? This is the front. My gosh, it looks good on camera. This is my Wintersoul sweater. So, as you can probably see from the pictures on the screen, I did swap the light and dark colors on my version. I am really, really happy with that. I think it's turning out great. This is another raglan, so did the raglans until I was ready to split for the sleeves, and now I'm just working straight on the body. The whole thing is charted. There are some written instructions, but the whole pattern is not fully written. So there is like a mix of both. Show you my floats because I'm really proud of them. I am using ladder-back jacquard, which I've never used before, and I don't know why I had never used it before because it's incredible. I love carrying my floats that way, and I don't think I will do it any other way. I feel like it hides it on the outside of the garment really, really well. It's really easy to do. It's super straightforward, and I think it's making for a really pretty outcome. So yeah, lots of new stuff this episode. This is DK weight. I think the pattern calls for like a fluffier yarn, but I'm really happy with just the Sandus yarn, which is 100% non-superwash merino, but it feels like a superwash merino. It is soft as a cloud. So I'm really happy with that. I think with color work, I really like not having a fluff mixed in there so that it's really crisp and clean. So very pleased with this as well. And with that being said, that is everything I've been working on over the past couple weeks. I'm just gonna look here. I started trying to take notes in my binder again. This is from Twice Sheared Cheap. I am an affiliate. There's a link down below, which is an affiliate link. So if you don't want to use the affiliate link, you don't have to. But the journal does come with these, like, project pages that you can use. They're probably blowing out a little bit, and then they have like a flat pocket thing on them, and I find I don't like them. So I started using just some grid paper in here, and I think that's a lot easier for me to take my notes on. I can write exactly what I want to write and not be constrained to like what they have put on here. Plus, I don't want to put a picture in here. So then there was this big spot that said place photo here that I really didn't care about. So I'm trying to take notes in here. At least if I don't have show notes, then I have the information here. So at least that is my thought, and we'll see if I keep up with it. But yeah, that is everything I've been working on over the past few weeks. I feel pretty dang accomplished. So yeah, my little lady is definitely becoming more independent and playing on her own. And so I'm able to like plunk her down beside me and still like talk to her and knit. I can knit without looking. So I still feel engaged with her, but I don't have to have my hands doing stuff for her all the time. She's able to like pick up and play with toys herself now. So I feel like I have a little bit more free me time to do some knitting during the day. Obviously, I still am able to knit in the evening and stuff too, but I don't know. It's been really nice. It's so much fun to see her learn new things. She's babbling like crazy now, which is adorable. And still not crawling, but she's like spinning around the floor on her tummy. So I don't know. It's really fun to watch her grow and learn. And I'm watching her on the monitor right now. She sleeps so funny. She's curled up in a little ball right now. But yeah, it's been nice. I've loved things about every stage, but the first couple months were definitely a lot harder. And now that she's like 7.5 months old, I'm really, really, really starting to enjoy it. So yeah, able to enjoy my daughter, but also enjoy some stuff that makes me feel like me at the same time. So yeah, okay. Anyways, I usually don't talk about life stuff a lot, but that's where I'm at. Hopefully you enjoyed sitting down and spending some time with me again today. I know I enjoy spending time recording these, so yeah, it was fun for me. And if you liked what you saw today, hit that subscribe button and the like button so that YouTube knows that you like my videos, and maybe it'll start pushing them out again, because when you take a 5-6 month hiatus from putting videos up, suddenly it doesn't want to share them with anyone anymore. So yeah, I would appreciate that very much. Let me know what you're working on down below in the comments, and I will hopefully see you again very, very soon. Bye!